We are living in really interesting times. I feel like right now is a time of massive surrender on a collective level, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about that and what you can do in this video. My name is Adam. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we get started, I just want to let you know I'm going to be teaching an energy work class on letting go of old relationships. Now is an amazing time to do that. If you're interested, there's a link in the description below. Okay, so as of this moment, things are both really amazing and absolutely terrifying for me. Who can relate? Let me know in the comments if you're going through like these massive upgrades, these massive collective upgrades. The influx of energies, as always, is constantly going on with this spiritual awakening ascension process. But it's happening in this way now where we're being asked, I feel like, to surrender like any attachment to survival. It's kind of happening as AI is proliferating and we don't know what's coming next. And they're, saying that within a year, there's going to be no computer programmers and no mathematicians, and the economy is who the fuck knows what's actually going on, because who knows what's true. The prices are going up and up and up and up and up. And I feel this sort of reality where if I look at the external, it's an absolute terrifying nightmare. But all I feel is things getting better and better and better. So I think it's important right now in this period of what they probably want us to think is like impending absolute chaos and doom, but it's not, is to look at what it is that we're learning. What are these energies prompting within us? And I'll talk real briefly about what's been going on with me. So about 12, 18 months ago, a lot of what I was doing financially started to just get taken away. And I kind of had this sense, I was like, oh no, I'm going to go into free fall. Because when you're on a spiritual awakening journey for long enough, you can start to sense what's coming. And I've noticed this many times throughout my journey. And I'll start kind of bartering with the universe. I'll start trying to make trades and deals and clear it in advance. And it never works. And I'm always right. And I always have to go through it. And all I can do is just face it and embrace it. And so I had this inkling that I was going to go into like financial free fall. And I presumed that right before the end, right before I was, eating fucking dog food out of a can in some homeless dude's tent, on 9th and San Julian, that money will come in. But I don't know. I'm not quite there yet. I'm real close to moving onto the street, but I'm not quite there yet. So I knew this was going to happen. And I knew the reason this was going to happen was because for a lot of us going through the awakening journey, we are resetting things that have basically never been reset, or, not since we lived in different types of civilizations, more advanced sort of civilizations. And in order to do this, everything has to be prompted. So in order to clear survival fears deep in your DNA, like all the way down to the core root of your DNA, they have to be brought up. You can try to clear them in advance, as I have. You can see that that's what's going to be asked of you, and you can sit down and ask to have it removed and what blah, blah, blah. But it's not quite as powerful as when you're actually put in the physical situation. And so I knew I was going to have to face the feeling of having no idea where anything was going to come from. And I was going to have to face time and time again, at least for a while, not till I get it perfect, but till I get it well enough, where I didn't know if I was going to survive or not. And I had to make the choice again and again to have faith, to love myself anyway, to believe that something positive is coming, to live in joy, to have love for myself and others regardless of the circumstances. Now, I don't believe that any of us or most of us who are doing the work are going to be asked to go to places that we can't really handle. You know, there is that saying that God never gives you more than you can handle. I'm always like, well, are you fucking kidding? People die every day. Yes, he does. But anyway, I don't want to scare you. I hate that saying because this is sort of true, but it's not. But I also believe it. I don't believe we're going to be asked to free fall into hell. The universe tends to have this way of taking you as far down as possible where you're still all right. It's really just your mind that thinks that you're not. So during this period, however long it lasts, and every day I hope it's over, focus on how you can transcend and how you can be sort of a spiritual warrior who was chosen, not because you're the chosen ones, because we're all the fucking chosen ones. There's no chosen ones. We choose ourselves. But you signed up for, volunteered, or whatever. You're choosing to, in an effort to assist humanity, clear the deepest, most powerful hijacking in all of existence, which is survival fears. The fear of death. The fear of loss. 8th house shit. You know, where my fucking Chiron is. Because that's what we're being asked to do. So instead of, and you're going to be afraid, but instead of focusing all the time on the fear and all the time on the action solution, spend some time focusing on the energy. Spend some time focusing on the part of you that is more powerful than any of it, because that's what's happening in your body. Is your body is being cleared out so that that part of you can have a house to live in. It can fully materialize and physicalize. So even though it seems super scary, what's happening is something so much better than what we can conceive of. And just see, because I like to pretend like that's not what's going on, but all the time I can feel it. Just see if you can stop lying to yourself and telling yourself that it's all just awful, and you can admit that you can feel that happening. Because I think a lot of us can. And the more that you can, the more that you build it. And the more that you build it, the sooner it can all be over, though you don't want to then go into that because you're chasing the end. So here are some questions to ask yourself. Who would you be if you fully believed in love, in truth, in freedom, and your own power, regardless of anything? How would you feel? What would you think? How would you act? What is important to you? Who would you be if you let go of survival fears? Who would you be if you could hold a space of peace and love and faith as often as possible? Because it's not going to happen all the time, because the human does need to fucking eat to survive. Who would you be if you could hold that space for no reason at all, to be fully in the moment and to know that there's something beyond all the fear porn and all of the attacks and ways they're trying to scare us that will materialize and will and already is winning, but that in order for it to win, we have to become it. So who would you be if you became that? Just enough, not perfectly. And instead of seeing the situation as something awful, see it as a birthing of something that's never really been birthed before for any of us. What do you like to do? This is what I'm being asked to do. I'm being asked to stop. Like, I go online, I look for jobs, I look for side hustles, and I get a fucking no. I get like a brick wall, a brick electrical fence of no. What do you like to do? Focus on that only. I am not allowed, because I can't go work side jobs. I'll fucking kill myself. I can't do it anymore. I'm not allowed to do that. I am being pushed to believe only in what I really want to do and who I really want to become, and to trust that that is not only supported, but it's my destiny and it's all of our destinies. It's simply a matter of choosing to align with that. It's a really difficult lesson. But a lot of times the mind, I think I'm in a horrible situation right now, but am I? I don't know. Because the mind always projects, it presumes, and it draws conclusions that aren't realistic. We may all be totally fine. There may be something great coming for each person. We don't know what it is, but it comes right at the moment that you need it. And until you really need it, it doesn't come. And all the fear is just a lack of a trust and a faith that it's going to come. That's what I'm going through. Because I'm all in all like okay for like right this minute. And that's all I need to know. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today. If you have, like I mentioned, I am teaching a class on clearing old energetic cords to end in relationships, specifically romantic ones. But it's a really good time. It's not a very expensive course to learn how to cut ties with the past, other people, other places, other events, because that's what informs the fear patterns that we keep taking forward into the now. Anyway, thank you so much. I look forward to next time, and bye-bye.